Viewpoints and promises made during the following program are not those of WHNZ AM, its staff, management, or parent company, Clear Channel Communications Incorporated.
Welcome to the Caregiver Hour on 1250 WINS WHNZ, offering support for those who care for a loved one. A show that cares about you and supports and encourages you, the caregiver. Here's your host, Kim Linder.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Caregiver Hour radio show. I'm your host, Kim Linder, and I'm so proud to have been your host for 4 years, and there's going to be a big change happening in my life that will be affecting you in some way, shape, or form. And I have to let you know that we are going to be discontinuing the Caregiver Hour radio show as of next Monday. So we will be having a show on Monday, June 30th, but that will be the last airing show. We have all of our shows, and I'm talking from the very beginning, on our website, thecaregiverhour.com, and we've had fantastic guests and sponsors who have really made such a difference in your life and will continue to do so. All of these shows are available podcast and archived because we've been live web stream now for probably about 7 or 8 months. Thank you to John Gaston from Tampa Bay Multimedia, who comes in every week and really does a fabulous job bringing this live web stream to you. So again, this is going to be our second to last show, and we are just so thrilled to have our guests here today celebrating. We are celebrating. We have, what's happening, just like in the world of caregiving, going through transition, and this has not happened overnight. This took 6 months of really thinking through what was my next step as a advocate for caregivers, as someone who, this is my passion, as a certified senior advisor. Just where do I need to go next with my business, and what's going to happen, just so that you know, and we can still stay connected, because I will be having a monthly newsletter and doing the social media, of course, and I know how to reach you through our constant contact list, is that we're creating a caregiver membership club, and it's going to be national. So I'm going to be reaching millions of caregivers and helping them create balance in their lives, just like we've done the radio show. And who knows, maybe somewhere down the line we will come back and be a radio show. But at this time, we're really taking the time to create a fabulous membership package. And, I'll be happy to give you more information as it progresses. But just like we've done the symposium, just like I do this show, just like I do any event, or even the helpline, I always give it my full attention, and that's what I feel like I need to do for this big project. So please wish me well, and if you want to call in, you certainly can, and if you have any comments, you certainly can email us. But my toll-free number during the live show is 1-877-897-8255, and my email is kim@thecaregiverhour.com. And normally a lot of you do email me, but if someone feels like calling, you can do that. You're welcome to do that. Again, the toll-free number is 1-877-897-8255. And you may have questions for our guests, because the topic is about conquer your caregiver stress. And so many caregivers do have stress because they call me on the helpline. And on the helpline, you're talking about another toll-free number that's separate from the one here at the radio station, and that's 1-877-552-4950. And so many caregivers call me after the show to ask me questions about support groups in their area. What does hospice? What can hospice do for my loved one at this point in my life? What hospital should I be going to that specializes in what's going on with my loved one, or what's even going on for myself? Because so many people are looking for holistic practitioners, and we have those for you. In fact, we have quite a few of them on the radio show today, but I have all of that for you on our website. It's thecaregiverhour.com. And there is a wealth of information, resources, and Kim's preferred list is going to be the list to go to, because that's where I've checked out all of these resources for you. And I'm telling you, these are the people that get the Kim's thumbs up, that these are the ones that you want to use. So how do we take care of ourselves as we are going through this stressful situation? And we've got Carole Ware-Makenzie, Director of Staff Development at Harmony Home Health, who's been one of our fabulous sponsors from the very beginning 4 years ago. And Patricia Scott, PhD, CHT, President at Hypnosis, UP Hypnosis, and Dr. Kelly Miller, who is at Miller Clinic for Optimal Health. And we're going to talk about how he's been helping me, because I am a professional caregiver and there's been a lot of stress going on in my life, certainly making this big decision about the radio show, but also I'm downsizing my home. I'm making some other changes personally in my life, and I needed really support and help. And Dr. Miller has been there for me, and I'm going to talk to you as caregivers about what's been going on and the progress I've been making, and he's been a great help. So again, let's talk to Carole Ware. Let's bring her on, because I'm so thrilled to have Carole here. She's been a dear friend for, I guess it's been like 4 years or even longer, because we did the cruise together. And that was part of my journey to figure out what I was going to do next when I just started my business. So it's just been so interesting. So Carole Ware, Director of Staff and Development at Harmony Home Health, welcome to the Caregiver Hour.
Thank you. I feel so honored to be on this show, and I'm glad I was the one that got chosen to be on this show, since it is your next to last one. I just want to share with your listeners what I shared with you a few minutes ago, because I just think it's so important that they know that you're going to continue to be there for them. You have been my inspiration for years. I was there when you started this program. I was there when you first started talking about it, before I think you even knew completely what it was going to look like. And you have been an inspiration to me as a caregiver, as a professional, and as a friend. So I thank you for your years of service. And I know that we're all looking forward to your next venture.
Yes.
Because I know it will be even bigger and better. So can't wait.
And my plan is always to bring everyone with me, so it should be fun.
Yes. So. And I know that. So I know Harmony will be there some way, somehow.
Thank you. So tell me, what's been happening with you?
Just good things. Seeing Harmony come, because you saw us in the very beginning too, and see where we've grown to, and kind of where we've morphed. And one of those places is a realization, because of our own journeys on staff, that we have to take care of the caregivers. It's not, let's do a little program here and there for the caregivers. We have to be able to support the family caregivers and the professional caregivers, because what we've learned, and I learned all too well, was the stress and everything that comes with caregiving is enough to take you out if you're not aware of it and you're not saying, hey. Luckily, I think we're a society, we're starting to realize that. We're starting to recognize that we have to focus on the caregivers.
So how are you doing that at Harmony?
Well, with Harmony, we've got a couple unique programs I like to really brag about, because in the very beginning, again, when we started the business, we made some declarations. We said we were going to make sure we took really good care of our staff, and we were going to take really good care of our clients. And as we kind of morphed and as we grew, we realized we needed to include the family caregiver. So one thing that I think we're unique from other home health agencies out there is we have one full-time position. Linda Burhan's been on the show a lot, that her actual role is to support caregivers. So we do support groups, we do journaling workshops, we do one-on-ones. If somebody's feeling stressed out, she can just even call Linda and talk to her. We've also created another program that I think is to help with the caregivers, and that's the Heart Program. And what we're doing with that is we are offering caregiver kind of a respite. We were talking about it by doing some creative projects, whether it be creative dance or working in clay or arts. We're offering some of those things for caregivers to get a little relief also. One of the most obvious ways, and sometimes caregivers forget about it, is just to take a break from that loved one.
Right.
To be able to say, listen, I can bring a company in that I know and trust, that they're going to take good care of my loved one. I can go out, I can go to a special program, or I can go get my hair done, or I could just go sit at the beach and have a few minutes to themselves. So respite care is such an important aspect of taking care of yourself.
Well, I think you came up with now 4 R's, because I know we're going to talk about 3, so we just came up with the 4th one. So we want you to stay tuned, because you're going to come back and we're going to talk about how Harmony Home Health does help with the respite process, because there's some people out there that do need that break, Carole, that want to learn more and don't understand what respite is. And of course, your 3 other R's. So we'll keep that a little bit of a mystery. Again, if you want to contact Harmony, they are on our website. If you're just driving along, you may just want to just maybe jot down when you get to the light or pull over that it's our website is thecaregiverhour.com, and they're right there on the home page, and you can be with us right there and connect with them and get more information. So stay with us. We've got so much more coming up, and I'm Kim Linder, your host of the Caregiver Hour on 1250 WINS WHNZ.
Caregiving can be an overwhelming and stressful experience. Aston Gardens, Tampa Bay's premier senior living community, is excited to be able to support those who care for others. Please join them the 3rd Thursdays of the month at 5:30 p.m. to learn creative problem-solving techniques and caregiving ideas from others who have been in your shoes. Aston Gardens specializes in independent living, assisted living, and memory care. Chosen for the 3rd year in a row by the U.S. Commerce Association for the Best of Tampa Bay Award in residential care. Call 813-855-2811 or visit astongardens.com for more info.
Hello, this is Patricia Scott, president of Hypnosis Institute in Palm Harbor, Florida. I'm a certified medical hypnotherapist and master trainer of hypnosis and neurolinguistic programming, or NLP. Whether you're looking to start a new career or want to add these techniques to your current practice, our internationally approved certifications and continuing education classes are exactly what you need. Contact me now at 727-943-5003 or go to uphypnosis.com. That's UP for unlimited possibilities.
St. Joseph's John Knox Village of Tampa Bay, Tampa's premier retirement community, is part of the Baycare Health System. John Knox Village is known for its successful aging lifestyle, along with spacious apartments. John Knox Village offers a wide range of activities to fill one's life spiritually, physically, mentally, educationally, and nutritionally. In addition, every level of care is available to meet the needs of the aging population. John Knox Village, comfortable, casual, and secure for life. To schedule a tour, call 1-800-272-5669.
Caregiving has gotten harder and more complicated, even as families have more and more demands on their time. That's why AARP is here to help caregivers with the tools, information, and support they need to care for their loved ones and themselves. Check out aarp.org/caregiving to connect with other caregivers like yourself and find the resources you need. Visit the AARP Caregiver Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Caregivers, are you worried about mom or dad needing more care? How do you know when it's time to get help? Since 2004, Harmony Home Health has helped seniors in Tampa Bay find joy in their journey. You'd be amazed at how just a little bit of care can go a very long way. From just once in a while to every day of the week, your loved ones experience independence, safety, and dignity wherever they call home, and your whole family experiences harmony. With Harmony Home Health, you are not alone. You can trust their family to take care of yours. Call 727-723-7532 or visit their website at harmonyhh.com/Kim.
The Caregiver Hour on 1250 WINS WHNZ. It's about taking care of yourself while you take care of others. Here's your host, Kim Linder.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Caregiver Hour radio show. Today's topic is about conquering your caregiver stress, and I know that we all have it, but it's all different degrees, and it kind of comes and goes depending on where you are in your caregiver journey. Maybe you're handling a crisis right now, or maybe things have kind of calmed down and you're kind of like, okay, I can breathe again. And we want to help you. And one of our special guests is Carole Ware-Makenzie, who's from Harmony Home Health. And we've been talking about the 4 R's, and one of them is respite. So, Carole, why don't you talk to us about what respite is, and then we can go right into the other R's.
Sure. What respite is, it's just and it's exactly what the word says. It's an opportunity to kind of break away, to take a break. And the term comes when we say respite care. So what Respite Care allows you to do is you can bring a company like Harmony in. You can set up a schedule. You can do regular respite care where you say, hey, every week I want to have from 2 to 4 on Wednesdays where I know this is my time and I can break away. You might say, I need respite care for 2 days straight. So maybe the company can come in and stay with your loved one for 2 solid days. You might say, you know what, I think I need respite care this week and maybe not need it again for another 3 months. But the idea is that you take that time and you take a break, because it's like that old adage, you got to put the oxygen mask on you first.
Right.
And I think that's a lot of times when we get into that caregiving role, we forget that because we're so busy doing that we're not being. And really it's in today's society with all the demands, when we're not even talking about caregiving, we have to remember we have to slow down and connect and kind of just be sometimes. And when you add the component of caregiving in there, it's just amped up so much more, because not only are you taking care of your own life and everything that's going on, you're responsible for somebody else's. So it's so important we get that respite time.
You know, sometimes people don't even know they are caregiving. So how do we kind of need to bring that a little more consciousness sharpened. So to you, who is a caregiver?
Well, and I think this is something that when I was thinking about the show, I was thinking about things, because I remember even 7-8 years ago, we heard the term caregiving, and the first thing, and even I was in the business, but we kind of thought about that person that was doing it day in, day out, every day, all day. I'm hoping and believing things are changing in society. We're becoming more aware. Education is, like your show is taking place, things are happening. And now the realization is that anybody, probably all of us in some form or fashion, are caregivers. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if you are taking care of mom or dad and you're doing it 8 hours a day, or if you just go over and check on them once a week and do their grocery shopping, you're caregiving. If you've got a loved one living in another state and you're calling and finding out about doctor appointments, you're caregiving. So what we have to realize is we are doing caregiving, and it's not just by being a daughter or a son, but we are actually being a caregiver so that we can start learning and educating ourselves what that means and how better take care of ourselves.
You said that so perfectly. Thank you.
Oh, that's a scary thought, me doing anything perfectly. I don't know.
Well, you did just now. I'm like, that's so perfect. Because I think what we're trying to explain to you, our viewers and listeners, is that caregiving doesn't replace you being a parent or a child or a sibling or grandchild. It's about, it becomes an addition to, and as you add that on, whether it's for 5 minutes, 5 seconds, 5 years, it just adds additional stress to your life, a different responsibility. And we're here for you. And that's why we have the website, thecaregiverhour.com, to bring all those resources together for you. It's called, the company is Caregiver Resource Network for a reason. It's talking about caregivers. It's talking about having the resources such as Harmony Home Health and networking and connecting you to them. And we have that all on our website. And why don't we, just continue this conversation. But if you want to find out about Harmony right now while the show is live, you can do that right at our website, right at the homepage for the radio show, the Caregiver Hour. It has their link, and they're also on the preferred list. So Carole, let's continue the conversation about the other hours that you were talking about.
My 3 R's, and this is something that goes back to your very first symposium.
Okay.
I had just completed my caregiver journey, and also give you credit, you and Karen Truman credit, because you saw the stress I was dealing with, but I could not see it myself. Right. And so when I had an opportunity to speak on caregiving, this is kind of what came to me. And the first R is to remove. You have to remove all the woulda, shouldas, and the guilt. The guilt is something I used to joke and still struggle with it sometimes, as I was the queen of guilt. I felt guilty for everything, whether it was my fault or not.
Okay. And
the wouldas and the shouldas and the couldas, they can just add to your stress. They're not necessary. We can't do everything perfect. So there's no use to continue to beat yourself up with those words. The second R is reframe. And I think this is something that's so important. As caregivers, we have two choices. We have a choice to look at the glass half full or half empty. And a lot of times, you know what? There might be reason to kind of whine a little bit. And, oh my gosh, I got so much to do, and mom's being mean to me, and so on and so forth. But if we can take and reframe that picture, put a new, nice, pretty frame on it and say, you know what? What a blessing that I am allowed to be my mother's caregiver. What a blessing that I get to spend this time with her. If we can reframe our situation, then we can look at it differently, and we can look for the blessings versus looking at all the negatives about it. And that alone is enough to help with our stress level. That alone is enough to say, hey, I'm important enough, I need to do this. And the third one is to refresh, and this is the one, it goes right in there with the respite, because we have to have that time of refreshment. I jokingly say, I don't care if you take 5 minutes and you go in the bathroom and you turn the music on and you say to yourself, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. Or if you take 5 hours and you go to the beach, and if you're in Florida, I guess I should say, not everybody can go to the beach at 5 hours. But if you can kick back and relax, or if you do, I'm starting to get into the arts, so if you take some time and you work in clay or you work painting, something that feeds your soul, something that speaks to you. And it's going to be different for every person. Some people might say, hey, it's taken an hour run. Well, that would kill me. I don't know if that would refresh me. But everybody has those things that they know. And if you don't know what they are right offhand, then you need to spend some time and come up with the list. So when you have those few minutes here and there, that you do those.
Well, I think they should call you.
You will. They definitely could call
So
us.
why don't we give them your number, how they would reach you at Harmony?
Okay.
Okay. Do you have the number at Harmony?
You know what? I have my old number memorized. I didn't have it written out. So Jonathan would kill me if I put the old number up.
So we will get. So how about if they connect with you on the website? Do you have the website memorized?
Yes, I do.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so we'll do that.
I'm in trouble the last show.
No,
Here
you're not.
we go. It's www.harmonyhh.com.
Do it again.
www.harmonyhh.com.
Okay. Again, you can connect with them right on our homepage on the website. Carole, you did a great job. Thank you so much for being our guest today. We're going to have more coming back. We are so excited to have Patricia Scott, who is president at UP Hypnosis. And then Dr. Kelly Miller will also be on, and we're going to be talking about wellness and also from his perspective, conquering your caregiver stress. So, Carole hit on such great points today. Who is a caregiver? And how can a caregiver create stress, reduce stress in their life, and respite, and how important it is to put all of these elements together to help you have a positive journey rather than a more of a fulfilling journey rather than something that's depleting you, something that's fulfilling you. So we want you to stay tuned. We've got so much happening here on the Caregiver Hour radio show. So stay with us. I'm Kim Linder, your host on Clear Channel 1250 WHNZ.
Welcome to Air Ambulance Worldwide, a leader in the medical transfer industry. If you need to move a loved one anywhere in the world, we can help. You can reach our knowledgeable flight coordinators 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From the moment we receive your call, we'll plan and oversee every step of your patient's transfer, including ground ambulance in the departure and arrival city, private aircraft, and a personalized team of medical staff to travel alongside your patient until they arrive safely at their final destination. All members of our medical staff have at least 5 years of ICU and CCU experience.
Patient care and safety is always the number one concern at Air Ambulance Worldwide. Our customer service is exceptional. Our affiliate, Air Gato Enterprises, manages our aircraft. Air Gato is an Argus Gold safety-rated company. Air Ambulance Worldwide is URAMI accredited. That accreditation says that both our medical protocols and our safety record in aviation is exceptional.
Air Ambulance Worldwide's flagship aircraft is the extraordinary Piaggio P180, which provides the very best cabin environment available for your patient's care. The interior is 50% larger than a Learjet 35, so there is ample room to work closely with the patient. With a stand-up cabin, it can carry 3 passengers, 3 large suitcases, a wheelchair, and has an enclosed lavatory.
As a company, we understand the sensitive nature of this time. We work hard to take away as much of that burden as we can, so our clients can focus on their loved ones' needs. For example, if they have private insurance, we'll confirm benefits, submit, and track the claim to closure.
If you need to get a loved one across the state or around the world, Air Ambulance Worldwide has the experience to complete the mission safely. All of this with the finest aircraft and medical teams in the industry, you can rest assured you are in trusted hands. Call us today, toll free at 877-922-9675 or direct at 727-781-1198.
$95.95.
1250 winds, Weather Center forecast, upper 80s and low 90s today for the high. Sunshine mixed with some scattered clouds. Rain chance today, 30%. Going to be looking for more storms popping up this afternoon rather than just showers. Upper 70s for the low tonight through the week. We're going to see those low 90s, maybe a few mid-90s inland, and rain chance 20-30% over the next few days. By the end of the week, Thursday, Friday, back up to around 40 and 50%. Wall Street markets are down. Dow off 42, Nasdaq red 9, the S&P index falling 3, Dow to 16,905. 1250 wins, WHNZ.
It's the Caregiver Hour on 1250 Wins WHNZ with encouragement, guidance, and support for caregivers. Here's your host, Kim Linder.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Caregiver Hour radio show. This show, if you just tuned in, is really about helping you as a caregiver really embrace the idea of creating balance in your life, where you are certainly taking care of your loved one, but also we ask that you also take care of yourself in a more balanced way, where you're getting the information, resources, and guidance that this radio show can bring you. But also our website is full of information and great connections. So the website is thecaregiverhour.com. And then we have this powerful helpline that's available 24/7. It's not for emergencies, but it is for help and guidance. And you can do that really very quickly on thecaregiverhour.com. And there's a helpline. But if you want to call, there is a tab on the website called the helpline, and you can connect with our resources right away and check them out. But you also have a toll-free number, and that's 1-877-552-4950. And you can do that at your convenience and leave a message, and then I can call you back. But if you have a question for one of our guests today, you can call right now during the show. It's 1-877-897-8255. We have, the topic today is Conquer Your Caregiver Stress, and I'm so thrilled to have Dr. Kelly Miller here. He's at Miller Clinic for Optimal Health, and he's been helping me create that balance and get well. So Dr. Miller, welcome back to the Caregiver Hour.
Good morning. It's good to be here.
Thanks. Did you have a nice weekend?
I had a great weekend.
Good. What'd you do?
Just went to my favorite thing to do, go to the beach and read.
Yep. It was perfect weather for that. You and I have been meeting now a few times over a month, I'll say, to really talk about my health and well-being. And I would have to say that it's been I've been on a program for, 4 weeks maybe? 5 weeks, would you say? I'll say that. And then I've actually starting to feel like I'm getting results. And I saw you last week, and I can see that there's been some shifts even from last week. So I think that if you are a caregiver and you're really looking for help, maybe your weight is stuck like mine. My weight is stuck. I'm exercising. I'm eating differently. I'm almost practically gluten-free, and still the weight is stuck. And we had this conversation at Dr. Miller's office, and I encourage you to do the same. Again, his website is really connected right on our website as well, thecaregiverhour.com on the homepage, and you can connect with him in a variety of ways. So, Dr. Miller, we've been talking about caregiver stress. What would be your recommendation for our caregivers and our listeners and viewers from your perspective?
Well, I've got 8 things I think could be helpful. The first one is think about how we can reduce our emotional stress. One of the things, it may sound very simple, but just simply writing down the things we need to do and prioritize them. And then as there's been several speakers talk about journaling and sometimes writing just how you feel. If you got a buddy, you got someone to sound off, you can tell them how you feel, but sometimes that's not available, so write it down. You need to do something, prayer, affirmations, meditation. You need to work on a lot of forgiveness. Forgive yourself, forgive those around you. Second thing is we need to figure out how we can get better sleep, because that's crucial to maintaining our health. And we talked last week a little bit about one of my favorite hormones, melatonin. And melatonin, there's no negative feedback. There's not too much. If you take too much for you, the worst thing is going to be you're going to be a little groggy that morning. So you could back off the dosage, but there's really no side effects with melatonin. And
when you say back off the dosage, you talk about maybe every other evening?
No, just make a little bit less like that.
Just a little, put whatever you put on, just a little less.
We have people with very serious health problems that take up to 250 milligrams of melatonin. If you're a fast metabolizer, you can handle that, but you can take 5 milligrams, then 10, then 20,
let it build up.
Then 40, and as long as you're not too groggy next morning, then you're fine. And the other thing is we got to have some personal time for sort of relaxation time. What is it? What's our personal passion? Surely everybody has some personal passion, something they enjoy that makes them feel better. And be sure you carve out some time, every day, or at least 3 times a week that you do something for yourself that gives you pleasure. The fifth thing is how can we try to get an hour of sunshine each day? So it's really important. Sunshine through our eyes activates serotonin during the daytime and the melatonin at night, and through our skin, vitamin D. So if you can be by a window that's facing the sun and not look directly into it, but just where it's on there, that can even help. But if you can get outside and get a little sunshine and then a little exercise, if you can go for a walk. So sometimes you can get 2 of those. You can get some sunshine and get some walking in. Get a rebounder, a little trampoline in, get a bicycle, get an elliptical, if it's something where you have to be a little closer to the house, but at least you can still break away and do a routine. It's nice if you can get away and go somewhere else. I personally like to go to the gym just because I like to get out in another setting, and I'm much more focused on it. So the other thing is, number 6 is we need to get some fresh air. We need to deep breathe. Deep breaths in through our nose, out through our mouth. And when we do that, lower our shoulders. You'll be amazed, a lot of you that are having neck pain up in here in the trapezius area. That's where you're carrying your stress. Just take a deep breath and physically lower your shoulders, 3 or 4 breaths like that. And just that will change your physiology. If you're in an uptight situation, you feel like, and you can feel like your shoulders, you're going up like this and you're out of control. If you can just walk away and take a few breaths and lower your shoulders, it'll change your physiology.
It actually relaxes your face as well. And for people who are in a hospital, maybe you can go to the waiting room and actually do some of the deep breathing there, or go to the restroom like you were saying, or go to the cafeteria. Just go and take a break rather than sitting so intensely in that room. So that's just kind of what came up to me when you were speaking.
Absolutely. And then the seventh thing is probably how can we get a little more vegetables and fruit in our day,
Right.
Again, just a little planning. Go out when you go to the market, get a Tupperware, seal it up. You can make 3 or 4 or 5 days worth, in there. So you got a nice salad base, you got some romaine lettuce, you got your favorite veggies in there, a little broccoli, whatever, celery, and to have that as part of your staple. And when you go to a meal, eat that first. Make that, so you fill up on that first.
Right.
Then look at your animal protein and some of the other things, your cooked vegetables in there. Just a little thing like that can have a huge impact long term on your health. And then the other thing, number 8, is how can I get more pure water? So everybody can afford a carbon water
Soda?
filter.
Oh, a carbonated. Okay.
Carbon water filter. So you can get these Brita pitchers. You can put them in, or you can put them on your faucet. But that's it's like a $25 item. At least get the chlorine out of the water, because chlorine is necessary to keep the bugs out, so we don't have an epidemic. But it's toxic to us, and we want to get the chlorine out. And if you can do better, I like reverse osmosis, because it takes everything out and makes it very pure. So those are kind of my 8 little suggestions and little baby steps to try to help us function better.
Have you been a caregiver? Have you ever cared for someone in your family, Dr. Miller?
Well, I more for the health decisions on my mom, and my mom was just passed away last September in '93. But my brother really had the brunt of it, because she was in Arkansas, in Fort Smith, Arkansas, and he was in Springdale, Arkansas, and I was in Kansas City then. So, but I talked to him a lot, but a lot of it, the burden fell. We talked about things, and all three of us talked about things. One of our biggest things we did, which was very short before she passed away, was we needed to talk to her about her finances, because she was getting taken by these people who had these so-called
services
organizations or whatever that really were.
Oh, the organizations.
She was writing hundreds of dollars worth of checks a month. So anyway, it went pretty well. So we all showed up, and
so you see how vulnerable they could be.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, my mom was master's degree, very intelligent, very sharp woman, and she was getting fleeced for $500-600 a month.
Yeah, that's being exploited. So, I was just curious, because I know that you have your expertise and your background, and maybe you would like to share with our listeners and our viewers your background, so they understand who you are and why they would want to come see you.
Sure. I've been a chiropractic physician since 1980, graduated Logan College of Chiropractic in St. Louis. 1991, I became certified as an industrial occupational consultant through Northwestern Chiropractic College. In 1996, I received my first certification in acupuncture through New York Chiropractic College. In 2001, received my certification as a naturopathic medical doctor. And then this last year, I've just finished a fellowship in aging regenerative medicine out of Brazil, which was over the top. It allowed me to get the latest and greatest information from not only South America, but Asia and Europe. So it's information that most of us don't get in America. It was a lot of information that I'd never been exposed to before. So it was great.
That's great
for me personally. In my quest to have functional aging, longevity, and to help my patients better.
So, Dr. Miller, if someone is interested, they would want to contact you, and they certainly can do that through the caregiverhour.com website. We're going to go to our break, and we will give you the rest of Dr. Miller's information, and then Patricia Scott is here. You are in for a wonderful interview. I'm Kim Linder. You're listening to the Caregiver Hour on 1250 WINS WHNZ.
Dr. Kelly Miller of Miller Clinic for Optimal Health is a chiropractic and naturopathic physician with a certification in acupuncture and aging and regenerative medicine. Dr. Miller integrates the healing arts of chiropractic, acupuncture, and naturopathy with the latest international information on functional aging. Dr. Miller's unique knowledge and skill set allows him to help his patients to keep moving well, keep thinking well, and keep looking their best. Miller Clinic for Optimal Health, 813-774-3744 or drkellymiller.com.
Gulfside Hospice and Pasco Palliative Care provides individualized, compassionate, and comfort care to those living with chronic or life-limiting illness. Caring for Pasco County residents exclusively for 25 years, Gulfside Hospice and Pasco Palliative Care's goal is to make every day count for their patients and loved ones. To find out how they can help, call today at 800-561-4883 or visit online at ghppc.org.
I'm Mike Lavoie with Beacon Asset Management. While 30 years of experience in financial services may have prepared me to be a certified financial planner, no amount of planning could have prepared me for the stress of being a caregiver. The financial planning my dad and I did when my mother became ill made caring for her bearable. At Beacon, we are committed to helping you take care of your financial needs so you can take care of your loved ones. Give us a call at 813-269-0732. 813-269-0732.
Your home is where you feel relaxed, safe, and secure. Arcadia Home Care understands that you want to maintain that freedom and independence, even though you may be recuperating from an injury, illness, or simply require a little support with daily activities of living. You create a plan for your life as you envision it, and you can rest assured Arcadia will provide companionship, personal care, housekeeping, shopping, and errands, or whatever you need. They deliver their services with compassion, dependability, and professionalism. Their caregivers are screened, bonded, and insured, and must meet rigorous hiring standards, so you are confident you're receiving the best care possible for you or your loved one. Visit ArcadiaHomeCare.com or call St. Petersburg at 727-579-9414 to schedule your free in-home assessment and learn how Arcadia can enhance your quality of life while helping you stay at home and healthier longer. Call Arcadia Home Care, 727-579-9414, providing quality services since 1978.
Caregivers now have some help with adult care and respite in St. Petersburg. A comprehensive 6-day-a-week adult day program developed to offer outstanding care and respite to senior adults and their caregivers. Adult Care and Respite offers a variety of personalized health and social programs, as well as support groups. For more information, call 727-329-8744 or visit adultcareandrespite.com. 727-329-8744.
Hi, it's Kim Linder from the Caregiver Hour. I want to tell you about an attorney in Clearwater that I have known for over 7 years. His name is Bill Rambaum, and I have referred many families to him for his legal expertise. Bill is one of less than 100 attorneys to be evaluated by the Florida Bar and become certified as a specialist in elder law. His 30 years of experience and impeccable credentials make him one of the most highly regarded legal experts in our area. Give Bill a call today at 727-781-5357 or visit rambaumlaw.com. Non-attorney spokesperson.
The Caregiver Hour on 1250 Wins WHNZ. It's about taking care of yourself while you take care of others. Here's your host, Kim Linder.
Hello, and welcome back to the Caregiver Hour radio show. If you just tuned in, I do want to let you know that we will be, that the radio show will be stopped broadcasting live as of next Monday. So next Monday, we're having our last show, Monday, June 30th, and we hope that you will tune in with us. I want to bring back a wonderful lady who I've known for quite a few years now. She's been with us for every symposium, and she was just with us on the road show here at Memorial Hospital in Tampa. So I'm so happy to have Patricia Scott here, president of Up Hypnosis. So Patricia, welcome back to the Caregiver Hour.
Oh, thank you, Kim.
You're welcome. I know.
Yeah. I just know whatever you're going to be doing. I always, whenever I talk about you, I say anything that Kim Linder's involved with, I want to be there because I'm honored to be here today. And it's just always such a pleasure and such wonderful causes that you are engaged with. So.
I remember when you were going through your caregiving role.
Yes, you
would call me. Yeah.
You got a couple of phone calls, I seem to remember.
But it was all good.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, you did a great job, Patricia. So.
It was unexpected.
Yeah.
And it was an education.
Yes.
And it gave me even greater
Right.
respect
Well,
for both hospice and the whole world of caregiving.
Yes. So speaking of that, tell me what's happening with your company and tell people what you do.
Yes, well, it's Up Hypnosis Institute. The full name of the company is kind of long. It's Unlimited Possibilities Hypnosis Incorporated. But it was Unlimited Possibilities from the very beginning. And that's why that up symbol has been there from the beginning. And it's kind of a mantra, too, for me. It's a reminder. It's a constant reminder. My car license plate says, think up.
That's great.
But it's now I'm mostly a trainer. I got into this not knowing it was going to be a career. And I was studying it for a long time. But it was helping me so much with things like weight, and in my former career I was in show business, and it helped me a lot with stress, with jitters going on stage, with memorizing lines, with staying focused, all of those things. And it led me to my next career, like I said, unexpectedly, which I've been doing 22 years now. So.
And doing very well. And you serve, tell us some of your the people that come to your classes.
Well, at this point, it's a lot of medical people. And it's really great because my private practice is still mostly based on the medical referrals, and a lot of nurses, a lot of caregivers, a lot of people that just want to help people are being drawn to this type of work, because we teach hypnotherapy, medical hypnotherapy, and also neurolinguistic programming, which is NLP. And all of the other people that have been on here, and when I listen to people from no matter which direction they're coming from, a lot of times we come to the same conclusions, maybe with a little different language, a little different descriptions. And it's interesting because when Karen was talking about reframing, that's a term that we use a lot in what I do. And it's really interesting to all the synchronicity that's here today, because at age 19, I had a back injury in St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, wow.
And a chiropractor literally saved my life.
Oh, my.
And it's just interesting. I'm listening to Dr. Miller going, oh, my gosh. Of course, it was one of his predecessors. I think it was before his career, quite a while ago.
But now you have his card, and now you connect with him.
Yes.
Right.
And it was wonderful, because that was at a time when doctors wouldn't refer you to a chiropractor. The doctor wanted me to send me down the road of a lot of things that would have led to a different life for me.
And so let's talk about how hypnosis can help people handle stress. That would be great.
Absolutely. And like I said, as I'm listening to other people talking, what I have noticed and what brought me to this field that I was discovering and have learned since as well, and I'm teaching other people now, which is fun, is that sometimes people in the middle of a challenging situation, like in a caregiver role, that maybe they really just can't seem to find the time, or a space of time where they may not be able to get out and take that time for themselves. Or maybe they can't even walk away for long enough to even gather their self and take those deep breaths. So what hypnotherapy and neurolinguistic programming do is it offers people a way to train in to the mind at the neurological level, new behaviors, new attitudes, new triggers. Triggers, so that when they're in a long term, like when I was 5 weeks taking care of my father, getting very little sleep, that I think was when I most profoundly realized that there were some things that were trained in that I could do just one very deep breath, and I was able to release all of that stress. But it's a training in, it's something like that. So that's what I enjoy teaching people, is how easy it is to retrain the mind. And like Karen was talking about reframing, it has to be like forming new habits of looking for where do I have my power in this situation? What can I do something about? And it's empowering to look at that. If you're thinking about all the things that you have no control over, that's what creates that extreme stress, and because you're helpless to change something you can't change.
Right.
So it's about forming habits of looking at any kind of a challenge, and even changing it from the word crisis to challenge, and learning how to look at things and say, what can I do here? Where is my power? Where are my resources that I have available that I can contribute? And maybe helping someone with pain management. There's so many things we can do in a very short amount of time to get the brain and the mind, by thinking about something, to trigger those great chemicals in the brain that the doctors know all the long names of. And they can be delivered to parts of your body to relieve pain. It's an amazingly simple thing to do, and it's simple to teach people. So I love teaching caregivers how to help their people they're caring for to be more comfortable.
That's fabulous. If someone wants to get more information, how should they get in touch with you?
Well, they could go to my website, uphypnosis.com, and of course, UP. Up.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it now? Do people go into a trance when they're hypnotized?
You know what? We're in a trance most of the day. Honest, I'm serious. I feel more like I unhypnotize people.
Wow.
Because even the researchers, now we got science, like, with all this stuff out there.
Right.
But I didn't need it. But it's nice to tell people these things. But they say that we're in a light alpha state probably up to 80 to 85% of the day.
Wow,
light alpha is, when you're driving, you go into that. You can't drive consciously. You remember when you learned it wasn't very efficient, right? It had to get to the unconscious level. Everything we learn, once you learn it, it's unconscious. So most of the things we routinely do, walking, talking, driving, whatever.
Or when you're driving somewhere and you're like, I don't remember how I even got here.
Exactly.
Because our mind is just
and that's an example we give people so they don't think hypnosis is something weird or something they saw on a stage, or to make you quack like a duck or something. It's something that's very natural. And we can learn to use that natural state where we really are able to get into the creative mind, which is why when Karen was talking about the art, and it's very stress relieving to get into that creative mind. And that's also the part that runs the body. See, that's what's so fun, because the mind runs the body and all your emotions. It's the seat of the emotions. So you can learn to think that if you think about a situation in a certain way, it causes you to feel better. And it's literally triggering chemicals in the body and hormones that cause you to feel better. And then you can start making that choice and train it in very quickly.
Well, and I also liked how you said it's know what you can control and know what you can't.
Exactly.
And being able to release that, but to feel that you can take over using your mind to help you with your emotions.
It's very empowering, because some people, they're looking at all the ways that they aren't in control of something. And it becomes a spiral.
Yeah.
And it's if you just tell someone, oh, you can change that, they don't accept it quite that easily. You have
it
to
really
show
escalates.
them. Yeah.
Again, let them have your information, Patricia.
Uphypnosis.com is the best way, and also phone number 727-943-5003.
And I believe that you are also on our website. If not, we will add you to our Kim's Preferred list. Patricia, thank you so much. Carole Ware from Harmony Home Health. And Dr. Kelly Miller, also from Miller Clinic for Optimal Health. I hope the three of you will connect, because you all have something to help caregivers with. You have gifts, and you want to share those gifts. And I know you feel the same way. So we hope you have enjoyed this show. This week, we're just asking you to do some relaxation and breathing and finding a beautiful place where you can pull over or set aside or walk to a nice place where it's peaceful and lovely for you to do some deep breathing and releasing. I'm Kim Linder, your host of the Caregiver Hour radio show on 1250 WINS WHNC.
The opinions, viewpoints, and promises made during the preceding program